alone carries the weight of millions of lives. But what if I told you there were moments in history when humanity stood just inches away from complete collapse? These are not just tales of conflict. These are the top 10 wars that almost destroyed humanity. If you love learning history that truly matters, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. And let us know in the comments, which of these wars do you think came closest to wiping us out? Number 10. The 30 Years' War 1618 to 1648, Europe's apocalyptic 30 Years' War, fought mostly in Central Europe, was one of the most devastating conflicts in human history. With an estimated 8 million deaths, it left German states utterly destroyed. Though it started as a religious war, it quickly spiraled into a brutal mix of political chaos, famine, and disease. Entire villages vanished, with some regions losing over half their population. It ended with the Treaty of Westphalia, a landmark event that laid the foundation for modern diplomacy. Number 9. Mongol conquests 1206 to 1368. The largest killing machine by the legendary Genghis Khan, the Mongol conquests became one of the bloodiest military campaigns in history. The death toll is estimated at 40 million, nearly 10% of the world's population at the time. The Mongols annihilated entire cities. In Baghdad alone, over 200,000 people were killed in a matter of days. Their terrifying speed and military strategy caused panic even in Europe, which narrowly escaped invasion. Number 8. The Napoleonic Wars 1803 to 1815. Europe or the Napoleonic Wars swept across the European continent, bringing chaos and death in their wake. Sparked by Napoleon Bonaparte's rise to power, these wars cost nearly 4 million lives. Spanning from Spain to Russia, the conflict transformed European politics and the nature of warfare. The Russian campaign was particularly disastrous, leading to the near destruction of Napoleon's Grand Army. It was Europe's first experience with total war. Number 7. The Taiping Rebellion 1850 to 1864, China's bloody nightmare often forgotten in the West. The Taiping Rebellion in China claimed between 20 to 30 million lives. What began as a religious movement evolved into a massive civil war, causing political upheaval and economic disaster. The Taiping Army, at one point, surpassed the size of most European forces. Cities were flattened, millions displaced, and the Qing dynasty barely survived. Number 6. The First World War 1914 to 1918, the war to end all wars. World War I redefined modern warfare. With over 20 million dead and 21 million wounded, it marked the dawn of industrialized conflict. Trenches, tanks, poison gas, and machine guns turned Europe into a battlefield of misery. Political alliances collapsed, empires crumbled, and the seeds of future conflict were sown in the fragile peace that followed. If this breakdown of history is giving you chills, it should. These events shaped your world. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and comment on which war has shocked you the most so far. Let's continue. Number 5. The Second World War 1939 to 1945. The global Infernal War II remains the deadliest conflict in history, with an estimated 70 to 85 million people killed. The horrors of the Holocaust, the devastation of nuclear bombs, and the brutality of total war changed the world forever. Cities like Dresden, Hiroshima, and Nagasaki were turned into ruins. Humanity witnessed destruction on an unprecedented scale, and the war's end gave rise to the Cold War. Number 4. The Cold War 1947 to 1991. The war that wasn't but almost waste Cold War was a conflict of ideologies fought in the shadows. Between the US and the USSR, it featured a nuclear arms race that brought us terrifyingly close to global extinction. The Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962 was a moment when the world stood on the edge. With thousands of near-miss incidents, one wrong move could have meant the end of civilization. For decades, fear dictated global politics. The Cold War shaped global politics for 50 years. Number 3. The Black Death, 1347 to 1351, a biological war of nature, not a human-made war. The Black Death deserves mention for its sheer impact. This plague wiped out over 75 million people worldwide, hitting Europe especially hard. In some cities, over half the population perished in a matter of weeks. The aftermath was social chaos, economic collapse, and a dramatic shift in worldviews. Ironically, it also sparked the Renaissance by shaking old structures. Number 2. The fall of the Roman Empire for 76 AD, a collapse that shook continents. The Roman Empire's fall wasn't a single event, but a prolonged unraveling. It was a mix of barbarian invasions, civil wars, and plagues. When Rome fell, so did centralized governance, leading Europe into the Dark Ages. Knowledge regressed, economies collapsed, and civilization itself was almost reset. Number 1. The climate wars of the future. TBD, the final entry is a warning. While history shows us how close we've come to destruction, the future holds its threats. Climate change, water scarcity, artificial intelligence, and global inequality could ignite the next major conflict. If we don't act, the next war might be the last. These wars didn't just change history. They nearly ended it. We're still here, but only because we learned, resisted, and rebuilt. If you found this video powerful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more global history explored with clarity and purpose. Comment below, which war do you think changed the course of Europe forever? See you in the next one, where history comes alive.